So good morning, everybody. Let's get started. Just like Romeo said, just a few slides before we actually dig into the demo to set the pace. So basically, social marketing. Let's talk about that for a second. Everybody actually sees that social media is getting more and more important, and it is very important to follow, to see what people are saying about your company and your products on social media. But most of the marketeers, like you see here, 65% actually have very difficulties to tie this social media to business outcomes. So yeah, you can look at social media and you have analytics on most of the social media like Google Analytics, etc. But how do you actually combine that with your company data and return on investment, things like that? So very difficult to calculate, in fact. So what is data-driven social analytics in the marketing world? First of all, you have to know your customers, which means that what are they saying, on which channels are they active. You have to really understand their digital body language because the game changed. So they are talking about your products and about your company on social media. So you have to understand how they do that and what exactly they are doing. And then if you can understand what exactly they are saying, you could use this data to find new opportunities, as you will see in the demo as well. And very important, expose emotions, have an insight of what exactly your customers are saying. For example, if a lot of people say on Facebook or on LinkedIn or wherever that certain bottle of wine is really, really bad, you shouldn't put that one in the first shelf, right? So you really have to know what exactly people are saying about your products. So what did we hear about our customers, in fact, and our prospects in the marketing world? Mostly people are struggling with the connecting the visual data. So you have so many social medias today. You have LinkedIn, you have Facebook, you have Twitter, you have Google, and everybody has some kind of analytic tools. Most of them are free even. The thing is, how do you combine all that together? That's a real difficulty today. The same goes for the refresh cycle. So most marketing departments today, they have to do a weekly or a bi-weekly report to the board or to the CEO. What exactly do you report? And yeah, keep up with all these reports. You put everything in Excel usually, and then you have to do some kind of reporting, but that takes you a lot of time and you have to do it a lot of times. So it's getting difficult. And like I said, measuring social marketing return of investment is very difficult. So really mapping all these efforts that you do on social marketing campaigns, mapping that to return on investment, that's something that you really need some data-driven tools to be able to do that. So what we offer at Oracle in our data visualization solution, as I will show you in a minute, we offer you a tool that easily connects all your social data sources and combine them all together. We offer this same tool that will optimize your return on investment. So means data-driven trending. So you can actually look at what kind of channels you should use to do your marketing efforts, who to contact through what channels, etc. So identify new revenue opportunities. So if people on social media are really very positive on a certain product, it might be a good idea to do a special campaign around it to convince more people, etc., etc. So all these things we provide in our data visualization tool. So just a few slides to set the pace, to set the scene of the demo actually, and let's just quickly dig into the demo itself. So what have I done? What have I prepared? I have my data warehouse data. So this is actually IT-driven data I have in my data visualization tool. So this could be data warehouse. This could also be just a sales application, for example, that you connect to through data visualization. And I also have an Excel file that I bought from Cloud. So for the people that don't know Cloud, I can quickly show it. So cloud.com is actually social media website where you can see your influence score. So everybody can connect for free to a lot of social media sources, and Cloud will actually evaluate and analyze all these and see what your influence is. So my influence score is 46. I think average is 40, so I'm doing pretty okay. And companies can actually buy from Cloud um, some kind of social analytics based on your company or on certain product keywords, etc., etc. So what I have here is my company data. I also have my cloud data that I bought in an Excel file. So I combine these two. I prepared that already, not to lose too much time because we only have half an hour. And let's say I am a marketing campaign manager, and I need to find out where to start a new campaign and to make it as effective as possible. So that means I need to find out which actual target I have to market, what products that I should offer in this campaign, and what are the best social medias to actually use for this campaign, or should we just do a direct mailing, which of course has a higher cost than just having a social media campaign, which already has a high cost, but then actually you don't have to print and you don't have postal costs, etc. So let's dig into that. Let's get started. So first of all, I have my cloud score. So cloud score, it means how highly influential are our customers, because that's the list that we actually bought. So let's see, I want to see the cloud score per customer segment and per customer type. So customer type are actually people, customers that signed up for my company for certain plans. You see visualization automatically tries to visualize in the best way possible. So we see immediately that active singles are the ones that are mostly influencing or more influencing than other segments. But let's make it a little bit more clear if I switch to another visualization, for example, tree map. And we can see here, okay, active singles is the biggest chunk. So they have a pretty high cloud score. It means they are very highly influencing other people. Non-members, those are customers that don't have a real plan, but we also see a lot of gold, silver, and platinum here. So gold, silver, and platinum means these people, we have all the details. We have a telephone number, we have the address, etc., because they did sign up for a certain service from our company. So that's very useful information. We have active singles, we have students, same thing, silver, platinum, gold is in there, and urban based, those are the three biggest ones. So that's already pretty useful information. If I want to look at which segment that I should target for my campaign, probably active singles is a very good idea. But it's not only just what kind of customer types they are. I also want to know through what ways they are actually influencing social media. So in cloud, I also can see the source type. So if I switch customer type to source type, for example, I immediately see that active single students are using Snapchat mostly. So they are influencing other people through Snapchat a lot. And you see everywhere Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, same for urban based. So Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. So if we do a campaign, I already know that I should focus on Facebook and Twitter is easy. Snapchat is a little bit more difficult as a marketing person, but I can create some Snapchat with a QR code inside or with a promotional code that they can use then later on. So we already know in just a few clicks and just very fast in a few minutes what means we should use to actually start our campaign. So that's one thing. So we see that these people are really influencing other people on social media, but are they positively or negatively influencing? That we don't know yet. So I can do exactly the same thing as I did before. So I take my customer segments and I'm going to add my sentiment, positive, neutral, negative, and drag that to the canvas as well. And again, data visualization will try to give it in the best way possible. Now, for me, this doesn't make really much sense. So I'm going to switch again to, for example, stacked bar. And you put sentiment negative in color. Let me just drag and drop that to values. See how easy it's, very intuitive tool. Just everybody can really use this very easily and very fast. So now I see, okay, my sentiment positive is blue, neutral is orange, and red is negative sentiment. Let me quickly sort that from low to high positive. So we see that for every customer segment, some people are positive, some people are negative, and some people are neutral, which is basically normal. There's nobody is, you have no product where everybody is perfectly happy with, so there's always some negativity and positivity about stuff. The most important thing for me actually is look at how big this neutral active singles part is. If we could create a marketing action around these neutral people and around these neutral people and convince them with some kind of nice product promotion or something to be also positive, then we have a real big chunk of highly influencing people on social media to talk about about our products in a very positive way, and that would bring us more revenue. So that would be my focus for my next campaign. Then that's one thing, but since I have my data as well from my sales application or my data warehouse, I can also look at the revenue. So this is all information just from the social media part, but let's combine that completely with the revenue. So let's see, I want to know per customer segment, for example, what my revenue is and what the cloud score is. So I do a real complete combination. I don't want the sentiments in there. And again, I will just drag and drop that to the canvas. I'll put that here. Since it's a combination of revenue and cloud score, I will do a combo like that. Cloud score as a bar, and I want two different legends. There we go. And let's sort this from low to high revenue. That should give me a nice graph. Yeah, exactly. This is what I like. So I see that the four biggest segments that give me the most revenue are seniors, urban-based students, and active singles. But my influence on social media for seniors is very low. Of course, seniors are not that active on social media. So this is practically for me unused. I cannot use that really to do a social media campaign. So I will focus on urban-based students and active singles, and maybe rural-based. But to know for sure which are most profitable, I have here something called advanced analytics, and I can just drag and drop a reference line to the canvas. There we go. It's a demo, so errors tend to occur. So we see that this is the average actually of the revenue. That means rural base is below average. So I have to focus on urban based students and active singles because that's where most of my revenue is coming from. Now, revenue is one thing. Another thing is profit margin. So why don't I just add profit as well to the canvas, and I'll put that in color, for example. Now this is interesting. So urban based, very highly influential, a lot of revenue, but the profit margin is really very low. Students, very high profit, very an active single as well. So very high profit, very influential, very high revenue. So basically, I really want to focus my campaign on students and active singles. And I want to do that through Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. So I have quite a lot of information already. The only thing that is still missing is what kind of promotion, what products should we target for them. To do that, first of all, I will make a filter now because I only want to focus on students and active singles. There we go. Now that filter applies to everything. So all the analytics that I made here are completely now based on that filter. So I see students, active singles only, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter still. And now I want to add my products to find out which products I should target for this market. To do that, I do have here Again, I'll do it per customer segment. So again, for the same filter, so only for my two, so students and active singles. I want to look at the product type and also what best profit was. And let me just pick the visualization that I want because I want to see this, for example, in a sunburst. There we go. Now it's getting a little bit too small, so I'll just focus on this thing for a second. This doesn't make really much sense to me, so I'm going to switch product type with customer segment. Let's see if that gives me more. Yeah, that's really valuable. So what do I see here? Students. A big chunk is coming from maintenance and installations. Of course, if we install something and we have support contracts, that's very good. But for me, as a marketing campaign manager, it's difficult to put marketing around maintenance or installation. So I want to focus on products, which is gaming for students. Active singles, the same thing. It's gaming. Audio, not so much. It's really gaming. So let's switch product type. Let's go a little bit deeper into products. And then I can really see the products I should focus on. And I see for both segments that actually the X-Station 180, which is a gaming station that we are selling, is by far the best. So now I can decide what I want to do. So I know that I'm targeting students and active singles, and I want to do that on Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter. I have to choose now. I can take the best product that's selling, so the X-Station 180, or maybe I want to focus a campaign on what's the least selling, the MP3 speaker system, for example. So that's something that I can decide now in my marketing strategy. So if I just make that smaller again, and I think the demo that I just showed you took like 10 minutes maybe. So in 10 minutes time, you have a complete overview, a complete evaluation of what exactly needs to be done. So I want my new campaign on students, active singles, using Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter, and I want to do it on X-Station 180. I want to have a nice promotion on there. Now, for time's sake, I didn't really put everything in there, but I could, for every insight that I saw, I could save that insight. And then later on, if I have to present this to my board of directors or to some colleagues, I can just go to narrate and I can go over all these insights. So the first insight we had was, okay, I see active single students urban based, which are the highest. And we see that a lot of our loyal customers like gold, silver, and platinum, they are highly active on Facebook and Twitter and everything. So that's really good. Then I saw the sentiment that we have a lot of neutrals for the highly influencing people. So we want to convince those to become positive influential. Then we looked at the potential revenue that we could get out of these segments. Finally, we saw the profits combined. So we saw that we have to focus on students and active singles, and then which products we should focus on, which is the yeah, so we can go even further than that. So which was the gaming console that we should focus on. So this is kind of a story that you can then present in a board or in another meeting, in a board meeting, for example.